Okay.
Oh! We're here. Y'all, welcome to another episode of REZY Booked. Congratulations, your reservation has been booked. And today we are not a reservation of 3 like usually. We are a reservation of 4. Can you believe that? We have our first guest. Hello, 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Oh, you're saying counting them? I thought you were counting Talia.
Girl, they're always...
I'm sorry. I thought she didn't seem like she was kind of counting Talia.
I was going to see what she went with.
Girl, it's always a reservation of 3 because our audience member, you guys that are watching, is always our third person.
Yes, no, you're right.
Talia was our third person, and then you were our fourth. But obviously, you know, Talia's doing her thug thizzle in New York.
Always.
And we will get her. We will get her here eventually. But for now.
Yes.
It's always been a reservation of 3. Now we have our first guest that I'm going to let Janell introduce, and now it is a reservation of 4. We're so excited for this episode. And you know what I have to say is for us, you know, this being a new show and a new podcast for us, when thinking about our guests, I'm always like, okay, you know, the right thing is to always get somebody that's known and that has a following and that has, you know, this whole story, you know, someone that you guys would probably know from the media. And while that is amazing, and we'll probably get there because that is interesting and that would be, you know, a great honor or whatever for us to be able to talk to them in this way. I think what's even more important is for us to have the people that are actually in our circle, like the people that we see and that we talk to every single day that influence us every single day and that push us every single day. You know what I'm saying? Whether you guys know them or not. And that is even more of a reason for you guys to be a part of this show and to be our third person, fourth person, to get to know these people, because you probably wouldn't have known them if it wasn't for us. You know what I'm saying? And I think that this person here, our first guest, is like very, very important. He has helped us with, with so much. When this idea was nothing but a little seed, he helped us grow it to like a cute little fruit.
So no, he's definitely pushed us. Like, specifically me, he's been like, I remember for my birthday, and I'm going to get into your intro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is a really long intro. We got to build him up because that's just the type of guest we have, B. We got to build him up. We need y'all to understand.
No, for real. Because for my birthday, I remember, like, vividly, he gave me a card. And in the card, he gave me, like, a gift, too. But in the card, he wrote, do your podcast and do your show. No excuses, period. Happy birthday.
Stop.
And today we shot the first episode of like my web series that's coming soon. And now he's here on the podcast. And I turned to him and I was like, you know, aren't you proud of me? I was like, I did exactly what you told me to do.
Oh my God.
I know. Stop. I'll cry. Okay. So now I'm going to get into the intro.
Without further ado, go ahead, D.
This is one of my best friends. Somebody who challenges me daily. Somebody who pushes me. Somebody who supports me. He is a successful entrepreneur, writer, artist, songwriter, and soon-to-be father. We have Javon Alvin here.
Let's go. We got Javon up in the building. Say what's up. Hey.
Welcome to REZY Booked.
Intro is crazy. Y'all are so talented. It's so cool.
Sorry, that was probably so long.
I'm so happy you're here. Like, for real.
Nah, me too. It's so cool to watch y'all just do your thing live and in action.
Really?
Yeah, of course. Y'all have such good like energy, play off each other really well. Like this is a hit.
That means a lot because not that you're a tough critic, but like Javon has a very like high standard. Like I've been on sets with him, like small sets, big sets. Yeah. You have a standard that you set for yourself and the people around you. So when he gives out compliments, it's not just like
saying it.
No.
And he's not just saying it.
He won't say nothing.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't mean it as a compliment. It's just y'all are y'all got it. It's
don't
good.
get me wrong. I mean, there's still some places to grow to.
No, but he just keeps it real. Like he's just very blunt. So when he says something, I can take it to the chest.
Like, right. Yeah, no, that's exactly how Tally is, but I definitely take it to the chest.
Yeah, it's hard sometimes because you got to be careful.
Really
you got to be careful with that.
Hard.
Like, yeah, especially like with your lady because you can't just be.
But what it is you guys are, and you guys will soon know, you guys have so much experience and you guys have seen so much when it comes to production, when it comes to shows, when it comes to film and all of that. So you know when people are just now starting out and when they're, you know, trying and they're like kind of new or whatever, and then you know someone who is seasoned and has obviously been in front of the camera, like knows what's up and all of the things. So
yeah, but sometimes being seasoned doesn't make you great at the same time too, you know?
Right.
So that's why it's like when you have that magic, you kind of got to bottle it. And
so what is it? Like, what's the magic? Like, it's like, is it energy? Like,
like pertaining to y'all too?
No, in general, because you're able to like spot talent. Because like you know, we've done castings and stuff like that. Shout out to Alvin Agency. We'll get into that. But he's able to look at somebody when they come in the room and be like, oh no, she's got it. She's gonna be good.
I think it kind of depends on the circumstances for sure. But like for instance, like just with this podcast, let's just like stick to like the idea of a podcast, right? You want someone who can draw you in, who can speak well, who's entertaining, can have great conversation. And obviously with the two of you hosting it, you want to be able to play off each other really well. Those are just some of the things, but like, yeah, those things are really important. It's hard for a lot of people to bottle that up and then also still have like good timing, be able to move the conversation, know when to move off of something. Like it's a whole bunch of different things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm saying, like y'all got it.
wow. Well, I would take it as a compliment.
Right.
Okay, so Javon. Okay, so I know Javon. I obviously met Javon through Danielle, and like they are right hand men, right hand women, women to each other. We're gonna talk about Alvin Agency and what that is and what he does. How he grew that. But shortly after I met Danielle, they both invited me to one of their events that they hold. Is it
The
Women
Women of Today and Tomorrow.
Women of Today and Tomorrow, which, oh my gosh, y'all really need to get into. So that's an annual thing. So it already passed. Y'all already had it for 2025. We got to wait for 2026. Either way, for their 2024 event, I was lucky enough to be a part of the event and be on a panel and talk about my stories. Danielle was moderating that, and it was a really good time and a well-planned event, y'all. Like
the standard. I told you, he really does not. He don't
Well-planned
have
event.
nothing.
Jesus.
And even when I was ready to be like, Javon, it's just too much.
Yeah.
It's too much going on. It's too many moving parts. Like, he's like, no, we could get it done. He also doesn't like crack under pressure. That's something I want to get into, because how did you like develop that like stoicness that you have? Because I've seen, like, to me, I be stressed. It'd be like some high stress situation where you're dealing with like big productions and money and time limits and stuff like that. But you are really good under pressure.
I feel like one thing I talk about a lot is like the illusion of hard. And so I think that's kind of like where it comes from. Just growing up, I feel like I always felt like hard is not really a real thing. It's just kind of because it's only a comparison to what could be considered easy.
Easy, right.
And so, I was actually just having this conversation the other day. And so, if you look at life or whatever the circumstance is, whatever it is you're doing, and you just see it as what it is, and like you just see it through, there's really no such thing as hard until you're looking around yourself and
comparing
like,
it.
Yeah, like, oh, well, I didn't have to, or they didn't have to take the steps that I had to take, so this must be hard. And unless you're just looking at your staircase and you just take it step by step, then it just is what it is. Yeah.
Wow.
So I feel like that's my mentality in
That's
most
pretty
things.
profound.
When you talk about mindset, that's the type of mindset that y'all want to have. Because when I remember, I always used to be like, the dance industry, the industry period, the entertainment industry is so hard. Oh my God. And then when I'm talking to my friends or when I'm talking to my students, it's so hard, y'all. The struggle this, the struggle that. And Tally was like, it's only hard if you make it hard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta claim what you want your experience to be.
Yeah.
So,
and I don't want to make it sound like that's like an easy thing. Like I feel like that's something you kind of have to recondition your mind to a lot.
Do you feel like
You know
you've
what I
had
mean?
that like growing up, or is that something like as you've stepped into adulthood? Because you have like a pretty amazing story, like, and just like,
which is what I wanted to get into.
Yeah, I
actually.
definitely want to get into that for sure. But like, how did you develop that? Like
the mindset.
I think I've always been a pretty easygoing person, so I think that kind of helps when like you don't. I'm the type of person like things kind of roll off my back. I don't really like hold grudges or anything like that. So I think kind of part of it's natural. But like I said, I think it's ultimately kind of just like something you have to learn and be willing to recondition your mind and be like, okay, cool, let me stop looking at this as this and just let it be what it is and let's get through it. You know what I mean? And the more you can continue to do that within yourself,
Right.
I guess you kind of stack the evidence to yourself that like, okay, cool, well, I can do this no matter if I thought it was hard. And then things become easier like just by circumstance later because you've already kind of built that sort of
right. You know what to
mindset in
expect,
yourself.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
So well, let's play off of that. Let's go into your beginning because I don't know it. Well, actually, I heard a little bit.
Yeah,
I heard a little bit. Danielle and I talked about it as we prepared for this episode, and I was like, "Excuse me?"
Yeah.
I had no idea. So let's start from your very beginning because when I look at you, and for the short time that we've known each other, I know you to be like you remind me of my husband. You guys are production savvy. You guys know how to work audio. You guys know how to work lights. You guys know how to work cameras.
Work
all of
a
the
room.
things. Like you guys are the masterminds behind these productions and these events and all of the things. But I heard that you was like once in front of the camera and you was, doing your thing.
Like back in the YouTube days, are you talking about?
Yeah, so I was that's what I want to talk about because I was telling her I was like, if you're talking about like OG like influencers, like when YouTube first started like getting popping and stuff like that. I remember we were in the office and you were like, let me show you something. He had like
It was a whole thing.
There was like hundreds of people running after him, like Javon, like it was a meet and greet, girl. But there was hundreds of people like there to see him.
Explain.
I'm weak.
So where are we from? Like, how did it all like?
Well, so I mean, that's not as far back as where I'm from, but I'll just recap a little bit. So I'm from New Orleans originally. Moved to Houston. Finished all my grade school, high school, all stuff in Houston, and then went to college in San Marcos, the Texas State University. You know what I mean? Went to Texas State, and so my senior year is when I started my YouTube channel, and that was kind of something that I was working on a lot with one of my friends.
What year was this?
Oh, this is like 2014.
Okay.
And so it's not like right when YouTube started getting hot, but it was like still kind of early on compared to like now, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
And then so my neighbor actually, his name's Christian Guzman. He was doing the YouTube thing. He probably had like maybe like 7,000 to 9,000 subscribers at the time. I don't know how many he has now, but probably over 1 million, I would say. But he was doing the YouTube thing, and so then we just kind of started collaborating. Because back then, when I was a freshman in college, I started a production company, and so I was doing more so like weddings and college parties and stuff like that.
Picture, video, both.
Yeah, it was all trash, but I was doing it.
Right, no,
you know what I mean?
you had to start. Like, that's a stepping stone.
Yeah, facts. So we were doing that. And then so when we were kind of starting to get to know each other more and all that, he was showing me some of the stuff he was doing on YouTube. So we started working together. And then that kind of developed into this company called Alphalete, which was a clothing brand. And then we were working on that and Gymshark together at the same time. And so things just kind of began to snowball.
Wow.
And I started my own channel my senior year of college, I think. So like 2015 is when I started mine, I think, or maybe late 2014. And yeah, we just like that's all we were doing is like building the company and creating content, and it was growing and it was growing, it was blowing up, and it just kept going. Yeah.
But wait, you actually got famous, you got known. People were running after you. What was that? Was that just from
I love it.
years of experience? Because wait, to have people run after you like that, I don't have people running after me. Like I have people like scared to come up to me or whatever. They'll come. They'll ask to see if they can get a picture or whatever, autograph. But running.
I think it was a different era too. Like social media was in a different space back then because, like, I feel like that was kind of the height of like the YouTube era at the time. And then also like streamers didn't exist. Instagram wasn't the same. This is back when like you get on Instagram and it's like whoever posted last is who you see.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Gosh,
the good old days. You know what I mean?
Damn,
on
I miss
Instagram.
that.
So it was like kind of like that kind of time. So I feel like it was less algorithmic at the same time too. So it was just more like who's putting in the work. You know what I mean? Which is still like a thing, like who's putting in the work, like you going, you know what I mean?
But it's just
like,
different.
It was more who's putting in the work plus recency, not like who's putting in the work. You know what I mean?
Got it.
So yeah, I don't know. It's just right timing. I guess.
So
I don't know.
How did? Go ahead. I was gonna just say, Jinx.
Right.
I was gonna say, how did you transition from that. Like, what made you go from being in front of the camera like that to kind of more behind the scenes?
You know, sometimes I still think about like kind of getting back into vlogging and stuff like that, especially with the
Right.
family coming up, my baby girl, like just
Yeah.
creating
Oh my
memories and like
God.
having, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
something to look back on.
But you do still document. Like, I feel like you still document a lot of stuff because he'll be like, oh, look at this. Like, this is when we found out that we were pregnant.
Yeah, I just
and,
don't- I don't
like,
really
he'll show
post
me
it.
stuff. He just doesn't post it, but he's still documenting his life. Like, I feel like you
Mm.
would have a fire ass documentary
Hopefully. one
with
day.
all the stuff that
Yeah,
you have.
that'd be cool.
Okay, but anyway, like, what made you transition?
Well, so like I told you before, I was ever really even in front of the camera, like doing vlogs. I was already kind of
You were
doing production,
alright.
so it's kind of always been synonymous for me. Like I feel like being in front of the camera also makes you better behind the camera, and being behind the camera also makes you better being in front of the camera.
Yeah.
So for me, it's just kind of like a full, I guess, scope of
Yeah.
qualities
all
to
hand in
have.
hand.
Yeah.
Do you like it better? You like being behind the camera better than
Oh,
being in front
yeah.
and being the subject? Do you enjoy it better? Like
I don't
maybe because
know.
you see things from a different perspective. Like
I think I like.
you can't. Or
I think
you
it
can't really
depends.
say.
It depends on what it is. You know what I mean? Like certain things I've done so much behind the camera that like it doesn't really razzle my dazzle anymore. You know what I
Really?
mean? Yeah, certain stuff. But I still do enjoy. But like I like at this point now, I feel like I really enjoy more like just original IPs, like working on stuff like that. So like even with you with your show, like working on something like that is more
Yeah.
inspiring for me than just like shooting some branded content.
Okay,
You know what I
that
mean?
makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, because it's a passion project. There's like you know the story behind it, and you know what it takes, and like building something from the ground up to say that you are a part of that. Once when it blows up, and say that you are a part of the first thing that they filmed, like that's
Yeah.
amazing. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Is there anything like that people will bring to you that you just absolutely won't do? Like, what is like? I know we all have like our niches. I know you like,
OnlyFans
prefer-
content?
What's it? I feel like for OnlyFans, don't they shoot it themselves?
I guess they do, but
Not
sometimes
all of
right.
them.
They're not. There's like full
They be making a
production?
full production.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
We
Man,
talked
this
about
girl's
this.
making like $80 million a year right now.
I know, but I still
no way
thought
they
that they're
doing it all
like
by
propping up
themselves.
their phones and their tripods.
Girl.
I thought it was like not the full production team and people are in there.
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh, I didn't know that.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, we're definitely saying no to that.
Yeah, and we have.
But
We have right,
Yeah, we
not
have.
only not because of your woman or your baby girl that's coming, but like even before the family, you still weren't interested
Yeah,
in
I
that.
just don't
even
wanna be
because
in
you
that
coulda,
space.
shoot,
It's a
you
little too
coulda
much.
seen a little something.
Yeah, I'm weak.
Coulda
Yeah,
seen
nah,
a
that's
little
that's not a good world to be in. I don't think. Like it's
Yeah,
it's too
man.
much. It's too much going on.
like, shout out to, we're not judging anybody.
Yeah, no
you
judgment.
know.
Hey,
It's
make
just,
that
we're just
money,
saying it's not for
honey.
me. That's
Walk
it.
that walk
Make
that
that
you
money,
walk.
honey.
But that's a lot to be involved in. That's a whole different world. Okay, so we would say no to that. Is there anything where you're like, is there anything that you would like love to do that you haven't done yet?
That's a good.
Oh man, yeah. There's a ton of things. Like
Yeah.
I would love to direct a feature film one day.
Ooh, yeah.
I would love to also act in a feature film one day.
Yeah.
I would love to also songwrite for a feature film one day.
Oh
So
yeah,
you're just
I don't know if I did that in the
creative, period.
intro. I think I did say songwriter.
You
But he's an
did.
artist. He could sing.
He did.
See.
He could really sing.
Oh my god.
Like there's so much. Like yeah.
I'm weak.
So okay, this whole creative, you have created a place where people could grow with you and you could create content for them,
Yeah.
and so explain to us what Alvin Agency is.
Yeah.
Like where did that idea start? How did that come about? Talk about that.
So
how
remember
you
I
grew
told
that
you
and what it
oh,
is.
Sorry. So remember I told you that we did I started the production company
Right.
in like 2010.
Right.
So I did that for like maybe like 9 years before I transitioned into the agency.
Wow.
So the agency's been in effect since 2019, right before COVID. And the thing is like off the tails of everything that we were doing with like YouTube and the way that the company Alpha League blew up, so many brands were just trying to work with me just because of like the success that brand had, even though I feel like the work wasn't even that great back then, you know, but it was just kind of like more of one of those, like, it's kind of like the bandwagon effect. Like people see you doing good. So it's like, oh yeah, we want a piece of that. Like, you know what I mean? So you know, I was blessed to be able to work with all these different brands, but then it was just like, okay, cool. We're working with these brands, but sometimes the workload was too much. So that's why I kind of transitioned to the agency, because I felt like it kind of gave us more of an umbrella. So basically what Alvin Agency is, it's a production agency that, and essentially like the I guess the focus of it is marketing assets for brands, right? People, brands. So we've done everything from commercials to music videos, internet shows,
So cool.
just anything that a camera pretty much takes, really.
Right.
All levels of production.
Right.
As long as the budget is there, right?
Right.
But like we've also kind of done a couple other things also that are like industry adjacent, because I remember, I mean, it still kind of happens now where people are like, can you rep me? Like, obviously we live in LA.
Yeah, see, and I thought that's what it was. But that's what it is too. That's what it is too, because when you were telling me about it, and then you were talking about how y'all did like some McDonald's commercial or something like that.
Oh, how you were linking. We were kind of the liaison between influencer and brand.
Yeah.
Remember? Okay, and y'all put that together. And I was like, okay, well, if you were working with these big brands, I'm in the market for a new team. Let's talk about it.
So yeah, we kind of like are, so because we're obviously in the industry, and like a lot of times we have relationships with brands or people that, you know, work for brands, or, you know what I mean, influencers that are looking for that sort of thing. We just kind of bridge the gap and kind of work as like a concierge sometimes on those deals and just help facilitate it.
Gotcha.
But that's not, I wouldn't say that that's like really the focus. Production agency is really the focus of it. But I feel like there's sometimes couple things that like you can kind of still do. I've even just been thinking like if I want to get into consulting, you know what I mean, a little bit also. So you know, the gates are just open.
Are you looking for people? Are you looking for people to be a part of the team? Like I see, I just within the dance industry, and I'm sure there's like way more, but there's a lot of people who are like you, like they can be in front of the camera, but there's like this hidden interest maybe that sometimes they don't get to pursue, or they don't know how to go about it with production. And like, how does this even work? What angles am I supposed to get? Like, how do I even work this camera? What are the lenses? Like, they have this interest in being kind of behind it so they can start to create their own. Is there a lane, or like, is there,
I feel like the perfect lane
openings?
I feel like the perfect lane for someone like that is like, okay, cool, we have a set, let's bring you on as like a PA.
Right.
You know? Bring you on as like a production assistant so you can kind of learn some things, but it's not something where you want to throw someone who's inexperienced in the fire when you have to represent, you know, the brand and then the body of work for your client. So it's like, yeah, but you could PA and like, you know, ask me any question you want.
So how do you decide who you're going to work with? Like when you were building your team, what were qualities that you were looking for in individuals to be a part of your team and a part of your brand?
And how did Danielle get in there?
Pretty much everything that I lack, I would say. That's probably the best place to start when you're trying to build a team.
Wow.
So like for instance, you are extremely great at like administrative work, making sure all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted, making sure everybody's kind of like in their position and ready to go. And so like that's a really great quality that you have. Curtis is really great at just being that people person, getting the deal done, shaking hands.
He can network,
like,
and he'll talk to any. You think I talk?
Yeah.
Shaking hands, kissing babies is Curtis' like specialty, you know. And then Connor is like all around, just like super, just dialed producer. Yeah. Like he is just great at, and he has connections with like everybody on planet Earth. Yep. You know what I mean? Because he's worked in Hollywood for so long and just like has always done a really good job. That it's just like, you know, so basically it comes down to just like everything that you feel like you lack, and then you just kind of bring your expertise to the table and let everyone else operate in theirs, and then hopefully you'll have a good product, right?
So how did you guys meet? I think you told me this over dinner one day, but just so the audience can
This whole day has just been really full circle.
Why?
To be honest, because Zeus, my writing partner, the DP on my project, he actually introduced me to Javon, I don't know how many years ago, like during COVID or I don't know.
It was either 2020. It might have been 2021.
Yeah, maybe
I think it was
2021. But Zeus was starting up like an interview show. And it was me and my homegirl Kayla, and Javon was our first guest.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Isn't that nuts?
Yeah, it's wild.
This is actually really full
Very
circle. And we
day,
were
huh?
just all three
Oh.
together earlier today
Yeah.
shooting.
Wow.
And that's how we met. And then ever since then, we've just kind of been locked in.
For real.
It feels like it's been longer than 4 years.
It feels like it's been
It
way
really
longer
feels.
than that.
Yeah, it's.
I feel like
guys-
I knew you. I feel like I knew you when I was a teenager, even though I didn't.
Facts.
I feel like I've known him for so long. But yeah, that's how we met.
So,
And then also, I just want to mention, like, our first run, like, so we met, we became friends, right?
Yeah.
And then literally the next, I think we had a 8 Sunday run where, like,
Yeah.
every Sunday for the
Yeah.
next 8 weeks, we had, like, Sunday fun day.
Yeah.
And so we were having, like, the time of our lives.
It
And so,
was
like, that's
so
how, like, our
much
friendship
fun.
kind of, like, developed.
That's so
That's
true.
Yeah, it's lit.
cool, y'all.
Yeah, no, that was lit. No, that was actually really lit. Because we would go to brunch, or we go to church, and then go to brunch, and then we just meet. Like, yeah, it was like 8 Sundays in a row.
Mm.
Wow.
Because you know when you know, you know. Like, just like how people are in relationships, I feel like with friendships, you know. Just like when we met, and we all clicked, and we were like, okay, this part of the group, like, this is going to be the real group. This is going to be the core.
Right.
You know? So I feel the same with friendships.
Right.
I can click with anybody, but, like, I know when it's going to be like, this is about to be my dog.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
That's so cool. So
Yeah.
okay, so it's been many years. What's a quality that you guys have learned, or like what's a quality that you guys have that you kind of probably like learned from and like took it for yourself? Like you for Danielle, you for Javon. What's something that you've learned or that like you saw in the other person and you're like, ooh, I want that, or that inspires me, and you know what I'm saying.
He has so many great qualities. Like, you really do. And I'm not just saying that because we're on the podcast and the camera's here. Like, I really do.
I appreciate it.
I really do feel that way about you. I really don't be having anything bad to say about you.
That's
And
good.
you know I be talking shit.
It's a good sign.
I really don't. I think what I mentioned before is he's somebody that doesn't give up. Like, even if everyone is like saying no, like, say we're trying to get a sponsorship for the first Women of Today and Tomorrow. We were like trying to get a liquor sponsorship, and we were hearing like no, or we weren't hearing back. We're like, no, something's gonna come through. I'm like, it's like in a week. No, something's gonna come through.
Wow.
A venue's gonna say yes. Someone's gonna say yes. Nah, don't worry about it. I reached out. He's like, I'm like, okay, did you follow up? Yeah, I followed up. Did you hear anything? No. Somebody's gonna answer. I'm like, yo, what? Like, that quality of just
That's
being
so
like
dope.
putting that energy out into the atmosphere and just like believing and just having that faith. I really believe that you're a man of faith.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think that's something that I really admire is like your level of faith that you have, like in God, in
Does not
yourself, in your
waver.
team, and the people around you, that it doesn't waver no matter if the doors are shutting, if people are saying no, if no one's answering. Like, he's still like, no, it's gonna work out.
Wow.
And I'm like, Jesus,
Where'd you
I
learn that
need
from?
that.
That is for real. Y'all need to really clock
I
that.
hope
Yeah,
they're
that is
clocking
the
that.
side- that needs to be a whole meal for us to talk about. And it's honestly easier said than done because damn, sometimes can get trying.
Yeah.
Life could be a life in, and the faith that we all know that we're supposed to have, yes, can waver. And it's just like, I don't see it. I physically don't see it. I don't feel it. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's not going to work out. But when you have that mindset and when you just know that it's going to work out, however it's supposed to be, maybe not the
Right.
way that you wanted it to be or how your team thought it should be. Like, when you have that is the type of person that will get what they want,
Yeah.
you know?
And I think I really admire it because it's one thing to do it for yourself. This is why I think you're going to be a great father. It's one thing, and a great husband, and a great just all around family man. It's one thing to do it for yourself, like believe in yourself and be like, it's going to work out. Something's going to work out. But when you have people that are depending on you, when you have people that you have to pay, like if you have people that are looking to you like, okay, what do we do next? And you're still able
you're
to just
still to
look
keep
at
your
all of
cool.
them and be like, it's going to work out. That is different. This is why I think you're going to be a great father, because I'm like, this man, he going to figure it out. And if he's not going to figure it out, he has the faith in God to know that God's going to work it out.
Yeah,
You know what I
100%,
mean?
100%.
And I think that's just an amazing quality, just as like a partner, as a leader, as an entrepreneur, as a like just all around.
Yeah. Well, one, I appreciate y'all saying so much. I'm just thinking about what y'all saying, and sometimes like I think sometimes, well, most times, leadership comes with. I'm like a firm believer in like leading from the back, right? And so sometimes you don't have it all figured out, right? But you try to figure it out for everybody else, and if you can do that, then that's how you inspire people to continue having just faith in your leadership. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. There's just been plenty of times in life where I didn't have, and y'all making it sound like I got everything in life figured out. You know what I mean?
Right.
But there's
No,
been plenty of times where like
We always talk about friends.
I don't have it figured out, and I don't know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? And I don't know if whatever is gonna work out the way I would like it to or the way I would need it to. But I think if you still put yourself in position always to lead from the back and just make sure that like you are doing that for your peers, or you're doing that for your family, or you're doing that for whoever it is, you know what I mean? And just making sure that you have that secured, then it's always gonna be something where it's like God's gonna honor that and bless that, because like I feel like that's a good job done. You know what I mean? That's a good steward of like what you have, So
Yeah.
no.
I love that.
Yeah.
Child, I don't know what quality he would want from me, because I
was
talk
just
too
about
much.
to-
Oh yeah, let me go.
I'm crazy. No, I'm just kidding.
No, there's many Z's.
One of the best qualities I think about Danielle is like she's so impactful to like everyone. And that's hard to emulate. It's hard to emulate. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if you really can emulate that. But I would say that that's probably your most inspiring thing to me, is that like you have such an, I don't even think you realize it sometimes, but you have like such an impact.
I know, sorry.
Like anyone that has a conversation with you,
Right.
They're like, they walk away differently.
Yeah.
You know what I
They
mean?
have been touched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop. That's so nice.
No, for real.
That's
I mean,
sweet.
listen,
That's
we gotta talk up our friends, and I want my friends to know who they are. You know what I'm saying?
You're good at
because
that,
they
yeah.
yes, and they constantly remind me, and it's like a give and take. You know what I'm saying? And I always just want my friends to just know who they are and what their purpose is, and that they're doing a great job.
Yeah.
And I just pour into my friends and always praise them.
And you really do. And as I'm sitting here, I'm just like super grateful. But even when we were deciding on who would be our first guest, and she had wrote your name down, and I was like, oh yeah, Javon. And she was like, absolutely.
Duh.
She was like, duh, who else? And just because you were here, like, really pushing us and helping us, even when we did that trial episode, him and Tally trying to get the lights together and the stew and all of that. It's like, you believed in this from the beginning, and
Right.
I'm just really, really grateful. We're grateful because we
Yes.
needed the push, child.
Yes, we did. And every time we were like, we need an extra hand. We don't know how to do these lights. We don't know how to do these cameras.
You would
I'll just ask Javon. Javon said yes. Javon is down.
He's just so reliable. Like, he's so reliable. And that's why I do love our friendship, because he knows I live all the way in the valley, child. So only call me if you really need me.
Right.
But if you really, please, but if you really need me, I'm going to come. Like,
No,
I'm
for
going to pull
sure.
up. Be like, DQ, I'm coming. Can you come? I'll call out of work. It's cool. I got it. Like, like, I'm going to show up. And I think there's certain people in your life where you're going to go out of your way for them.
Right.
And he's one of the people, like, I will go out of my way. It's some people, don't call me.
Right. Right.
But for you, I will go out of my way, and he will also go out his way for me. And that's something that I'm really, like, appreciative.
And that's a friend.
And having friends like that,
That's
like,
a friend.
Yeah.
they both came to Palm Springs for my birthday for 2 hours. Y'all stayed for the same amount of time at different
For real,
times.
you did the same thing?
She did the same
I know
thing.
that.
But that drive was hell.
I think y'all
that
caught the
drive was
worst.
Hell.
I think I made it at the right time, because when I was driving,
Yeah, because when you text me out home, I said, I woke
how
up like...
long did it take you to get there?
like 3-4 hours.
Oh yeah, see, it took me 2 hours.
Because
Oh,
let
is
me
it? Okay.
wait. Hold on. You were not in Palm Springs. She was in the Coachella Valley. That was
Is that
not
where we
Palm
were?
Springs. Because the house that they were at which is where Coachella is, that's about 45 minutes away from Palm Springs.
Oh,
And then
I
where
don't
we
know. It's all
stayed,
Palm
where we stayed when
Springs.
me, you, and Talia had gone, that was an extra 45 minutes. That's Joshua Tree. So it's like Palm Springs is right in the middle. Joshua Tree is 45 minutes this way. Coachella Valley, which is where your birthday was, is 45 minutes this way, child.
She really knows it. She's from California, so she really knows.
Do this.
I'm
So
like, it's all the same.
he lied. It is not in
I'm
Palm
weak.
Springs. It is in the Coachella Valley. I guess we made it
But
this far,
y'all
child. We might as
came.
well make it.
They both
But
came.
Yes.
Javon drove. I think you had to go out. With your lady, y'all went. Y'all traveled, but he drove all the way there just to say happy birthday and bring a gift and stay for like a couple of hours and then drove back to LA. You had just got back from teaching a class. And then popped up and surprised me, and I was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you're here!" So
That's
honestly,
what you
I'm
gotta
blessed.
do for your
Y'all go out
friends.
y'all way for me, and I really
You
appreciate
gotta show
y'all.
up. You gotta show
do.
up. You really got yes. You
It's
gotta
so
show
important.
up. You know, I that's actually what I've been working on is showing up because I'm definitely the type of person that's like, yeah, I'll see. Yeah, whatever the plan, whatever.
yeah.
I'm just outing myself. Whatever the plans are. Okay, yeah. So 2 p.m. All right, yeah. Let me just go home and check with the hubby or whatever, and I'll see. I'll see. And it's
Don't
like,
get me
bitch,
wrong.
it's a no.
I don't want you to feel bad because I don't want you on this island by yourself. I do have those moments too.
Everybody does.
Like,
It's like,
Javon knows if
everybody
Danielle
does.
goes, if we go out, he knows. Like, I'll be like, oh, I'll be right back. Or I'm like, oh, I'm about to go get changed.
Make it to the second, right? When it's
You know
one
me, I've done
function
it to
that
you.
you barely made it to, and then it's time for the second function or the third function.
I've done it from dinner.
All right, yeah. Head to my
They
car.
be like,
I'll
oh, we
meet
about to
y'all
go
there.
to
Bitch, you on your
karaoke.
way
Gotta roll
home.
together.
They like, Danielle, where are you?
Together.
She's like, call me, Danielle, where you at?
Home.
Girl, I had to go home.
Yeah, something came up. I
The
gotta wake up
bed.
early in the
The
morning.
bed came up.
So all that to say is,
Showing up
no.
for
When
is
I say
important.
that I'm gonna make it somewhere, I have to make it.
You've been doing
especially,
good.
especially if it's for one of my friends that it's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. You gotta make that effort.
It's important.
The effort that you'll make to keep your relationship with your significant other, I think, is the same effort that you put
with
into your friends.
It's true. It's true.
You know?
Because you need that support. And it's interesting. This is a good segue because, you're from here. So I know a lot of your family is here, but we're not. Our family is not here. And you're about to start your family. So I
Yes,
feel like
let's
your
talk about
community that you have of your friends are kind of like your family. And I think this is the time where it's like you're going to see like, who's really my friend or who do I really trust and everything like that. But just to segue before we close, what are you most looking forward to, this new chapter of fatherhood that you're stepping into?
What am I most looking forward to? I don't know if I have that answer. Because I have no idea what this is gonna look like.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But
That's beautiful though.
But yeah, I think
because you're open, right? You're open.
Yeah,
I
it's
guess
true.
I guess that's where you have to come from. Like there's no I'm not saying easy time to be like, okay,
Nothing concrete.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready to be a mother. I'm ready to be a father, and I'm like, everything is set. Everything is
especially for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But you've always, I will say this, like since we've been friends, you've always wanted to be a father.
Yeah, my whole life.
Because I used to be like,
wow, I didn't know
child, we'd be in that studio and then we were talking about our futures. And they'd be like, Javon be like, yeah, I'm gonna have kids. I'm gonna have a wife. I'm gonna have kids. And I'm like, I'm gonna have a husband, but
You didn't
Fuck
used to
them
want
kids.
kids. Yeah, I was gonna say.
What?
oh, I didn't know that.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Danielle wanting kids is like a
This is so new.
2024
Yeah.
and up thing, I would say.
Yeah. Because I used to be like, no, y'all, I'm gonna just be married and live my life and
I know that's right.
take care of y'all kids. And Javon be like, Danielle, you
You
gonna
be
have
the
you gonna have
auntie.
one. I'm like, I'm really not gonna have any.
Wow.
And then remember, I was like, I think I want to be a mom.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay, so back to you.
Yeah.
Tell us what, I know you don't have anything necessarily concrete, but I know you've always wanted to be a father, so this is kind of like a dream come true in a way.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely is. I guess I could say the thing I'm looking most forward to is just well, I was talking to Natalie yesterday about it and just saying that like I can't wait to just see her personality. I can't wait to see like what
Who she
color she likes.
is,
Her, like if she's gonna be shy and she's gonna be like a bookworm, or is she gonna be like one of those little kids who like wants to say hi to everybody and you gotta watch out for it. So
That was me. Watch
Yeah.
out for them. That was me.
So I'm weak.
Girl, everybody.
I think that's
Walking
a,
up
I
to
think
people
that's a
in the-
great quality.
It is, but you just
It makes
gotta-
sense,
Yeah,
child.
you
Just
just gotta be
talking.
careful. You just gotta be
You just
careful.
gotta be careful and nurture that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I'm just excited to just see who she is, and obviously she's been brewing for the last 9 months. So I'm just
Yeah.
excited to see who she is, and also just pour into her, and just try to create a better version of who I am.
Right.
And just just do the dance. Like,
Are you
Oh my
nervous?
God.
I don't really feel nervous. No.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. You feel prepped.
Yeah.
How did
I
you
might feel a little nervous once she's in my hands, but
Right.
I don't feel nervous at all.
Like a little baby.
Mm.
How did you feel? How did you feel when y'all got the news? When you got the news?
I don't know.
Was
if
it like
really,
was it like
Nah,
or was it like
not at all.
like what was the feeling?
I think she was a little nervous, and
Yeah.
so just naturally, I was even kill,
Yeah.
just naturally. But yeah, nah. I mean, I felt pretty good. It's been good. Like, yeah.
So does REZY Booked get the exclusive of what baby girl's name is? Do we have it?
I can't. I wish I could.
First initial.
Y'all narrowed it down to 2 names?
2 names. Yeah.
So yeah.
Do you know
so
and
tell
you
them.
know those
Tell them how
names?
you're gonna do it.
Okay,
So they're gonna okay. So
We want to
say-
wait until she's born and just kind of see like what she looks like,
you
what
feel,
feels
what it,
right.
what it feel. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
Isn't that good?
Yes,
Because I thought I was like, that's a really good idea to have like 2 names and then.
But
when
one
you
name
gotta-
starts with a V and one name starts with an S.
Okay,
Oh,
thank you.
okay.
Okay, that's enough. Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Okay,
enough.
you gave us a little tea.
Yes.
Little tea.
Okay, so we have our segment towards the end of every episode called "Eat It Up" or "Send It the Fuck." You've sent something back, right? At restaurants,
Yeah, of course.
Are you the type? Are you the type? Okay, so he
What
said, of course.
is this?
Tally and a lot of people in my circle be getting scared or they just feel bad.
send
like
it back?
when they, to send it back. Like, I don't really like this. But you know what?
That's
I
a good
ordered
question.
it.
Do you do that?
No.
Oh,
Send it back.
Right. Okay, if
Yeah.
you don't like it.
Or, replace it.
Yeah.
You don't
if
have
it's
to
not
take it
what
out
you
the bill,
expected.
but let's do something different.
yeah.
Let's do something different, right? We need a different vibe. So we are going to play Eat It Up or Send
Yes.
It Back. We're going to ask Javon some questions.
Yeah.
And it is a director cut edition. So let's see. Okay, you ask the questions.
Ciao. Okay. Oh God. Okay.
These are the plates.
Uh,
Right.
Gosh.
I don't want to look
Okay.
for the questions.
Okay. So I'm just gonna kind of go off of one of these. So if there's a project or a campaign that you're really passionate about, but the budget is super, super low, are you gonna?
But it's like
you're like, yo, this story is so great, or this campaign is so
believe in
great,
it.
but that budget is like
Not close
it's,
to nothing,
It's
child.
basically nothing.
I mean, I've done it. So,
You're
would
gonna
you
eat
do
it
it
up.
now though?
yeah, it depends on what it is.
Okay.
Obviously, So, yeah.
you're gonna eat it up.
I don't like the idea of it. You know what I mean?
Maybe you'll just eat a little bit of it.
But-
Maybe you'll just
yeah,
pick at it.
Yeah, we'll at least get a sample size.
You get a little sample.
Yeah, but no, I would. If you're saying if I'm super passionate about something,
Yes,
because I mean that's what I enjoy more than anything. So if I'm really passionate about something, then yeah, I'll eat
Because
the
it's
cost
not
a
always
little
about
bit.
the money. What if somebody came to you trash and OnlyFans, or maybe not OnlyFans because you said you wouldn't do that, but like someone who has a lot of money and their content is trash, the message is nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like
So that was the next question. Would you eat it up or send it back if the budget was crazy,
life
stupid,
changing.
but you just really
Didn't believe it.
the artist was horrific, like as in like their attitude sucks, the crew wasn't good that you were given, like everything about it would just be painful.
Well, if it's based on hearsay, I'll probably try it at least once.
Okay.
But,
He said, "I'm gonna get that money."
Yeah, I'll do it at least once and see if I could. I feel like I'm a difference maker too. So
That's true.
I'll try it out.
Look at that
Okay.
mindset.
Yeah.
See?
It might be trash when given, but you can put some spices in
Yeah.
there to remix it up and make it
Yeah.
something that you'll actually like.
Yeah, but I don't know if I'll run it back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you let your life be turned into a reality show? Would you eat that up or send it back? If you had no control over the editing.
Oh, no control.
Oh, look how he leaned back.
Right.
Huh. I mean, yeah, I ain't got nothing crazy going on in my life, so yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
With that editing trial, they can make some
Nah,
look like
facts.
another way
I think
real
I think
quick.
we'll be all right.
Come on. Mine's
Yeah,
He lives. Yeah.
I think
He also
we'll be
lives a
good.
very wholesome life now. So I feel like. What do you
What you mean now?
Well, I'm not saying that it's like a wholesome. But you know, life is different when you're like in a relationship. You have a
Yeah.
baby on the way. It's just like a different
for
lifestyle.
sure,
You know.
Yeah.
Not that he was wilding, y'all. He really wasn't wilding like that. Okay, if you had to cast your worst enemy as the lead in a project, would you eat it up or send it back?
See, that's another one. Remember I told y'all when we started, I don't really hold
He don't
grudges,
really
so I
hold no
don't really feel like I have a
grudges.
worst enemy.
Let me ask Aliya.
Wait, hold on. What was the?
She said, if you had a worst enemy, would you cast them as a lead into
In your
Hell
project?
no. What? No. I'm
They're saying
giving you an opportunity.
If you had to cast them, would you still take the job? Like, say it's a you about to make stupid money on the project, right?
Yeah.
But the only way that you could take the job is if you also casted your worst enemy on the project.
So she has to come.
She has to
waiting.
come.
Not you having somebody in mind.
Right. No. I actually really don't, but I'm just trying to place myself in the sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
Let her take the role. It's all right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I don't want to block nobody's blessing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe this is our way. Annoying, but maybe this is our way to reconcile. I don't be having enemies like that, to be honest with you. I don't be having no enemies.
So for our last question, I'm curious to know, who is someone that you would love to work with?
Or the dream project.
Or like a dream project. Yeah, that's good. Either or.
Who is going to pop up? Who is going to call Alvin Agency, or what? Or who is going to be in y'all's email that's like, bitch, or not bitch, but whatever y'all call each other. Guess what? Guess who just popped up?
If he calls me and says, bitch.
Right. Guess what? Yeah.
You know, it's not really
We're
something
actively manifesting.
It's not something I've really thought about. Let me think about it for a second.
Yeah, no, take your time.
And this is he's placing his order. You're
Yeah.
placing your order right now.
I'm so curious to hear, because I have no idea who he would pick or what would be his dream project.
It's hard for me to say just because, like, I feel like at every stage of life so far, like, there have been remarkable people. And so it's like, and I don't really have this, like, I don't know, mindset of like, oh, this person is like it because they have done certain things or whatever. Because you never really know. That person might be that person that's on set that's horrific.
Right.
But because you put them on that pedestal, like, you're like, I can't wait. And then, you know.
I'm heartbroken.
So it's really hard. It's really hard for me to answer that question. It's really hard for me to answer that question. Yeah, I don't think I have one, to be honest with you. I don't mean to.
Do you have a
shy
dream
away from it.
project?
Huh?
Do you have like a dream project? Oh, your feature film. What genre?
Probably like action thriller.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So that's it. He would want to
Action
direct
thriller.
an action thriller film.
I have
Feature
a
film.
show that I've been working on for like the past like 2 years too. That's like, I think would be a really
Period.
Yeah, that'd be like a dream to bring that show to life.
There you go.
So some
that's what it
original
is.
work.
It's my project, not somebody else's project.
Period.
It's my project. I know that's right. See?
Love that.
Yay, Javon. Thank you. Okay, so tell us where we can find you. Alvin Agency, where can we find it? Where can we learn more? All of the things.
So the company, Alvin Agency, just Instagram at Alvin Agency. Myself, Javon Alvin, JAVON, ALVIN, like the Chipmunks. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Wherever you want to put it in your search bar.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us,
for
y'all.
It was so fun.
on,
I appreciate y'all.
Until next time, I'm Danielle Joelle.
I'm Aliya Janell.
I'm Javon Alvin, and this is REZY Booked.
Yeah.
And done.